My finest work. Ah!
There are 2 charges up on the Spirit Siphon though, so they're gonna need to burst him. If he gets one off, they might have to disengage, but they get the lift. Then the drop comes through, and he's a bit late there on the Fairy Fire. He is Spirit Siphoning though against EGM. He ends up getting the first blood. Jules to the rescue. Potato turning it. It looks like it's gonna be a 2-0. Mineski salvaging that and coming out way on top.
At some point, the high ground push will come.
This game of keep away continues for Alliance, but Mineski are going to call for a game of chicken. Come home, Alliance. Your base is in trouble. Home is under siege. And meanwhile, mid, Alliance also sieging. They're going high ground too. Who's going to push faster here? We'll have to see. They work on it, but Bulldog does get caught by a snowball. There's the Walrus punch as well. The tower's down, and Juggernaut spinning his way onto Bulldog. They're trying to bring down the Beastmaster. Goes for the TP out. Ain't gonna happen. Ben-Hur able to finish him off with the assistance of Jules, so they give up the kill, Alliance do, but they do force Mineski back, and they get the tier 3 first. They see it coming.
They want to fight while X is on cooldown, but at the same time, initiating on Death Prophet who has an Aegis, not ideal.
Oh, they are gonna head up the hill. They find Jules first. That's a little bit sweeter, but Bimbo's gotten off a really nice nuke there from the Veil, and now they move on to Bulldog. The Exorcism coming. He's got a double Spirit Siphon. They cannot fight him head on. They're trying to kill up the backliners, but they've already lost 2. Big cores hitting the deck, and Loda coming next. EGM choked down. That's going to be 3. Mineski pushing for 4. Loda might be next. Just need one more auto attack. He turns his back. He heads for the hills. The Wave of Terror's there. They get him in the Sprout. They need that bench stun to complete it. The Quill stack up, but it's not enough. It's 4 down. Necro will finish off one lingering Mineski hero, while Bimbo chases forward. That's 1 angry Potato. He does the Yules. Doesn't need it. It's a wipe. Mineski cleaning up there. It did cost them a buyback, but well worth it.
With the Hood of Defiance, he's just tanky himself, and it's kind of a bit more cost-effective approach to the game.
Mineski transitioning off of that Queen of Pain kill immediately into a push, but it's right as the Bristleback completed pipe comes out. Exorcism pop nice and early, but that blinding light does not matter against these ghosts that just pound into the tower. It's almost down. Glyph forced out. This time, no split push from Alliance. They'll be fighting this one head on, and we do see Bulldog wrapping around for the flank. Any second now, the Beastmaster could get the jump, but do Mineski realize they throw out the shards? They knew he was there. They did a vision behind them, and they snowball. Yeah. Kill that pig.
The important thing for Mineski is not to get caught on the retreat with Exorcism wearing off.
Speaking of which, there is a Manta up here on Ben-Hur, so he's absolutely fine against this Orchid, and they continue to chase Bulldog. A bit lucky there, or unlucky with the shards rather, for Jules, and to the north side, the Queen of Pain ult comes through, but Raging Potato relatively healthy. Ben-Hur on the run, the Ghost chasing him back, very discombobulated from Mineski. They are going to lose the Potato potentially here, throws out the Yules, but Jules will fall. It could be him next as the stolen Exorcism goes to work. EGM completely wrecking Mineski, 3 hitting the deck. And off to the mid lane, it's going to be up to the old Baccarino to split push these lanes back out. They want this Roshan. All cooldowns online for Mineski.
Oh, they've seen it though with the scan.
And they're working on it. The scan did come out, and they frantically scramble towards the pit. The Nature's Prophet has the teleport into the pit, ready to go. The entire Mineski squad are just bulldozing in already. Raging Potato has popped the ultimate, but he gets pushed onto the high ground by Ake. Not completely caught out, but is isolated from the fight, and they manage to get the Aegis here. S4 and Loda now feeling very confident to move in. There's the roll forward. On to Bulldog. Raging Potato still working, but it's on to Loda. He's very tanky. Not an easy hero to bring down another Spirit Siphon. He shrugs it off. This Crimson Guard doing work as Baccarino will end up going down. The Nature's Prophet hits the deck. And Mineski, they do see some stragglers here, but they're very tanky ones, Scots. Can they really kill off Loda? This Bristleback is not an easy grab. They're going to try. They silence S4. They roll onto him. They turn for the Queen of Pain. She's caught out. One more swipe. There's the Aegis down, but EGM sitting on the backside of this fight, just looking for spell steals, looking for a way to salvage it. S4 blinking back, and Mineski chasing forward. The Sprout ends up catching them in. EGM keeping them out of the fight, and Loda desperately juking through the trees, getting nuked down bit by bit. They finally, almost, not quite. They want to slay that beast, but he's still alive in the trees. These quills are too much. Kill that armadillo, Mineski. There they go. Finally bringing him down, but it comes at cost. They've spent so long on the Bristle that Alliance get to clean up a few on the back lines. It ends up being 4 Mineski heroes dead. When the dust settles in Alliance, they race forward bottom.
A dieback from Nature's Prophet on top of that.
Tier 2 top, but screw that, they say. We see an opening here. About 20-30 seconds before the Exorcism's even up, and they jump on S4, but he pops the BKB. He silences Ben-Hur, lifting him up. Roar is there, but there's the swap from Cass to try and save him. S4 hunting deep. Can he get the kill? Ben-Hur's angry. He wants some vengeance. Can't find it, though. They've already lost the Venge. Just respawn back to the grave. They repel the push, but it's another free kill for Alliance as the Nature's Prophet ult splashes through. Alliance still healthy through this. They're resetting. They may end the push here, but it's just a small additional increment for them as we see top lane creeps for Mineski.
No smokes available. They'll be walking right past the Dire Vision.
They're running up the hill. They're scouted by that Dire ward. They're streaming towards the pit. Alliance setting up the ambush. It's going to be a good Keeper of the Light nuke to start, and they've caught out the Raging Potato. They have to save this Death Prophet. They snowball her forward into the middle of the entire Alliance squad. Juggernaut to the rescue. The Exorcism going back the other way. EGM, though, fairly squishy. Has to be careful not to go down. Mineski lurching in, eager for combat as S4 looks for the flank. He is going to get eyes here on Bacarino. The Silence coming out, trying to burst down the NP. They do kill off EGM. Stolen Exorcism gone, and Loda could be next. Not quite finished off though, just so damn tanky, but they slow him down again. There's the perch from the Jug. Mineski have made it too. Buyback available on that Bristle if they want to pop it. Bulldog in the trees, make it 3 for Mineski, and the Roche almost certainly theirs unless Alliance blow a hell of a lot of buybacks, and they've only got 2 right now. Aside from possibly the Omni Slash ready to go, and the siege commences. It's Jug out in front, 30 seconds on his ultimate. Raging Potato close behind. How do Alliance counter this? They're not split pushing. They've come home to defend. There's the Glyph, a fresh Sprout. Waiting for that next round of Treants. It's slow and steady for Mineski, but they do have the Blink Abyssal on the Jug. So at any moment, he could go for an assassination here. And Exorcism is now committed. They rush forward on the Loda. There's the punch, spinning on him, laying into him with the Ghost. They want to kill Loda, and by golly, they will, but the Nature's Prophet is the cost. So far, 1 for 1, and they've got the power play now as Loda buys back. Mineski looks like they may need to retreat. They've also lost their Aegis. Raging Potato, steady his ground, but a beautiful blinding light by Aki pushes him away from the team. Ben-Hur's back in. Potato wants to be as well. If they can kill Loda, that's a dieback, but there comes S4, unwinding with a Sonic Wave. Will slay another. Death Prophet down for 70. Alliance holding and returning fire. There's the Shivas. The goo comes out, and down goes the third. Mineski have overplayed their hand. Alliance hold the high ground.
Unfortunately for Death Prophet, couldn't get off the cheese. The Sonic Wave burst damage, I think, catches Bimbo by surprise, and suddenly it's Alliance on the high ground, who are looking to break back and take a lane of racks for themselves.
Yeah, he animation canceled it a couple of times there, wanted to ensure that it snagged a kill, and indeed here it did. As Loda gets caught out, remember, that's a dieback if he goes down. It's very important they keep the Bristleback alive, but fortunately, Loda is insanely tanky as he continues to deal with all of the nukes and attacks being thrown his way, and now the Roar comes out onto Bacarino. Great swap back by Cass to save the day. Jules up in the air, Ben-Hur on the run. Alliance so far routing Mineski. They bring down 2. Mineski could be on their last legs here as Bulldog with the refresher finds the Roar, but it's Raging Potato to the rescue. He'll at least stop the bleeding for now, but they have lost that first and potentially decisive lane of racks. Mineski not out of it yet. They will get the Bulldog kill, down for 70. And it seems the game of ping pong will continue as this time Mineski charged down mid.
Bulldog committed force out to use his buyback to force Mineski's engagement, but at the same time, heroes like Queen of Pain could potentially do that. Beastmaster, if he gets to the goal, could do that.
Again deployed. And the siege round billion commences. They swap to start this one off. Cat does catch out Loda. This could be the dieback. Alliance need him. He runs. The snowball's indeed perhaps a bit too far. Bacarino's gonna pay. Jules has dragged them into trouble, but S4 is getting beaten down by Ben-Hur. Raging Potato in very deep. Remember, he's got buyback, but he really doesn't want to have to use it. The Exorcism goes. Again, they lay into Loda. Man, he's tanky, but snowball number 2, not enough. It actually falls a bit short. The Sharks trapped him in, but these 4 stabs from Alliance, keeping them in the fight, keeping them in the game. Mineski have pretty much unloaded their entire arsenal, and they have to run again. Bench down, Tusk as well, dead for a minute. Will Mineski lose more? Dropping the silence here. Raging Potato, he tries for the TP out. Is there anything else to cancel this? No, sirree.
Nice.
Does the math, realizes there's no roars, and it's only a lift that can stop it. Silences EGM and gets away, so great poise there under pressure by Raging Potato. Still though, gods, they try to go high ground again, and again, they just can't do it.
And EGM has a stolen swap. The double 4-star from Ake and EGM also saving Loda's life there. Not just the first time when he got swapped Hex in, but also the second time when he got sprouted up. Loda would look to be in a lot of trouble, but These 4-stars from Alliance just winning them that fight and putting Mineski once again onto the back foot, and Mineski just starting to lack damage. The Bristleback's so damn tanky.
And they could kill him if they could lock him down, but he gets swapped out, he gets 4-step back, he gets healed up by the Keeper of the Light. They just don't get to focus him in these fights. But Mineski are not to be defeated just yet.
They're going all in.
They march down mid again.
Committed a Shiver's Guard on Death Prophet, no buyback on Raging Potato. They really want to take this fight.
This will be a head-on clash. Alliance lanes are not that close where they can just go for the split push, unless this turns into an incredibly long siege. The Sigil flies high above the Mineski forces, and in comes Death Prophet. Once more under the breach. Will the third time, maybe the fifth time be the charm? They started off with a swap, 4-staffed and blinding lighted all over the place, but will be able to re-engage here. Still at full HP. Loda though, really hurting, even with the Spirit Siphoning. Raging Potato struggling to bring him down. On the south side of the fight though, they have isolated S4. They're gonna Omni Abyssal him into submission, but now Raging Potato drops. No buyback. The all-in is backfired. Alliance hold, and now they push out. Bulldog on the chase. He's got the Hawk flying high, hunting the Nature's Prophet through the trees, goes for the Self-Sprout. Are they ready for this? They got the lift. They get the kill. Alliance have brought down 3, none of them with buyback, and
LD,
they may just march down mid.
that was effectively a 5v10. All 5 Alliance heroes had buyback. Mineski, 0 buybacks. They were fully committed to that one. They buy the Shiver's Guard on Death Prophet. They bought out on their entire team to go for that push, and meanwhile, Alliance is sitting back like, okay, this push is coming. Okay, do we need to send someone in who can buy back? Well, everyone's like, okay, I got buyback, you got buyback, sweet, we got 5 buybacks. Let's just, well, we can just straight up win this fight, like, no problem.
And on top of those buybacks, they now have new items here. The Queen of Pain Lincoln Sphere coming out. Assault Cuirass completed for the Bristleback. Pretty late by Bristle standards, but considering the other items he's gone for, Loda is going to be a beast in these fights. And Alliance, imbued with those buybacks, rotate to the bottom lane. They work on the Sigil. That will drop first. But now the real structural damage can begin. Still 40 seconds without the Nature's Prophet. Death Prophet 10 seconds away. And even when she's back, she won't have the Exorcism for a couple more, but there's the Yules on the Jules. He's down. Alliance in the lower bracket fighting not only for their Manila major lives, but perhaps their TI invite ones as well, are staying the course. They get the Spirit Siphon off on Loda. They continue to press forward. Raging Potato just surging into the entire enemy team here, but EGM sitting far back and threatening to go in. And now with the Exorcism having been committed, GoDz, Alliance can wait this one out. And even if all 5 heroes are alive, Death Prophet's not really going to be much of one without her ultimate, so they may just go back in when it's been used up.
Yeah, the only big threat at that point becomes the Jug. For now, it looks like EGM TPing bottom, signaling the Alliance retreat. At the end of the day, what they need, as much physical damage as possible.
Well, Loda, they couldn't kill him once in the last fight, and now they've got to deal with S4 having 2. Wall sitting in the back lines. He will get sprouted out for the time being. The Spirit Siphon doing a lot of work. EGM just sitting back, waiting for good spells to steal, and suddenly Loda's back up to full HP as the heals from the Keeper of the Light continue to rain in. They punch S4 up in the air, but that's a hero they got to bring down not once but 2 times. They lose Jules. There's the Queen of Pain, and they rush forward onto the Potato. Alliance get the Rage Racks. They might get more. Bimbo can't afford to die here, but die he will. Out for 80. He has a buyback, but he doesn't have an Exorcism, and this time Alliance might just skip and go straight for the throne. They had the stolen Exorcism once more. EGM lets it loose.
Oh my
Churning
God,
through
Alliance.
Mineski buildings, banging on the front door. Nobody's home for Mineski. They just can't withstand the onslaught. Loda just stands and fights, and Mineski can't take the punishment. Heroes are falling. Buildings are crumbling. The end times are here for the Filipino squad. Down goes the melee. The ranged is all that remains, and a frantic rat game begins. But Alliance know how to deal with that. The Nature's Prophet heads to the top side, but it's far too late, it feels. Alliance are just going to stick around mid. They can't even easily get a full lane of Rex top. Will Ben-Hur be able to turn the tides? He does get the stun off on S4, but S4 jumping away, and now they have managed to catch on the MP. Oh, actually gets the Bulldog though. A pretty big one, but it's Mega's GoDz. It's all in time for Mineski here.
Yeah, I mean, Megas says it all. You get a Rax or 2, it's not going to make that much of a difference. Bok is Perhaps going to look for the EGM kill, but it's too late. He's committed, and Bulldog buying back.
And they're looking on Ake. They do bring him down as well. That's 2 down, but another buyback is ready, and they haven't even chosen to spend it yet. Mineski just not getting structures off of these back and forth engagements. The kills are nice, but it's the buildings that win you the game, and so far Alliance have had the upper hand. This time though, Loda may actually drop 2. That's going to be 3 heroes down, including the Bulldog death, but also having buyback is Loda. Alliance just making the right calls and being very patient in a clutch situation. Now they're going to rotate S4 bottom. He might even be able to kill off Bacarino if he's not careful. This Nature's Prophet does not have buyback. S4 creeping in. This could be the go for the jugular maneuver, and S4 slits his throat, and it's straight onto the towers now. Tier 4 dropping. Mineski, this could be checkmate.
Yeah, Bulldog's
S4 drags them back.
Bulldog's like, why do we need to defend? There is an exposed throne almost.
Do Mineski go for the enemy throne here? They're going to
can't.
pop Exorcism. They're turning for Rex. It's just not happening fast enough for them.
LD.
Somebody has to go home, but sitting back to cancel TPs is EGM. Potato says, screw it. It's all in on the throne. They said help only to toss the stall, but is it really enough? The throne dropping. Quickly it falls, and S4 blinks to the left with one last throw of a dagger. Down goes the throne. And Alliance move on. They survive. Mineski eliminated here at the Manila Major in front of a hometown crowd. A brutal way to go out, but it does set the stage for a Na'Vi versus Alliance showdown in the world.